How did Chaucer actually organize his tale? You know the answer, but the words get stuck. This isn't because you didn't study enough. The real issue is a structure problem. It's not about what you know. It's all about how to say it. So that's what we're going to do today.
Today, we're giving you the visual path and the ready-to-use language to keep your head above water. We aren't looking for perfection. We're looking for control.
Hello, lovely learners. I'm Anna, the strategist. Think of me as your human GPS through the messy world of literature.
And I'm Annie, the native voice. I'm here to make sure you don't actually sound like a GPS when you're talking to your examiner.
Today we are tackling the structure and plot of Geoffrey Chaucer's The Canterbury Tales. Structure is how Chaucer built this work. Plot is what happens in the stories. Today we're focusing on the how, the frame narrative, the social hierarchy, and the unfinished nature of the work.
Now, keep in mind that this is a partial analysis, and you can find our full detailed breakdown at literaturenotrouble.com.
Let's start with the structure. Chaucer uses a frame narrative. In literature, a frame narrative is basically a story within a story. Here, it acts like a physical picture frame that surrounds and connects a collection of different tales.
Now, the story centres on a group of 30 pilgrims, plus Chaucer himself, who meet at the Tabard Inn in Southwark. Think of it as the outer story that holds all the inner stories, the tales, together. These pilgrims are all travelling to Canterbury Cathedral to visit the shrine of St. Thomas Becket. To pass time on the long road, the host of the inn, Harry Bailey, proposes a contest. Each pilgrim should tell 4 stories, 2 on the way to Canterbury and 2 on the way back. And the prize is a free supper at the Tabard Inn.
Here's the structural trick. This journey's the container. The tales are what fills it. Chaucer can move between completely different stories because the pilgrimage connects them all. That's what makes it a frame narrative. Create your first branch at the top left and label it structure. And just under it, add the keyword frame. Drop a line down to our first main keyword, the pilgrimage. This connects London and Canterbury. Now from London, move across and write Tabard Inn. This connects with the host's proposal, which leads us straight into the contest, and at the bottom, the final goal, the prize. See? Simple, clear, and way easier to remember.
And here's a great phrase for you. The story centres on. This is such a great way to start a summary and sound confident. A literature example would be the story centres on a group of pilgrims travelling to Canterbury, whereas an everyday English example could be the film centres on a detective trying to solve a cold case.
The Canterbury Tales opens with the General Prologue, like a medieval who's who.
The author introduces the pilgrims based on their social position. He organises them into 3 main groups, 3 estates: the nobility, the clergy, and the common people. He starts at the very top of the social pyramid with the knight, who represents honour and chivalry. Then he moves through the church figures, like the prioress, and finally down to the rising middle class, like the merchant and the famous wife of Bath. By doing this, Chaucer represents almost every social class of his time. He shows us a society in transition, though he intentionally leaves out the highest aristocracy and the absolute poorest.
Notice Chaucer's structural choice here. He organizes the pilgrims by social rank, not by who they are as individuals. It's a deliberate design to show us an entire society. Now on your mind map, let's draw your second branch on the right. Label it plot. Just under it, add General Prologue, because that's where we learn about all this. Under General Prologue, add social order, and just under that, add 2 keywords: 3 estates and social standing. Remember our logic. We're moving from top to bottom and left to right.
Did you catch that phrase the author introduces? It's simple, active, and very effective for your exam. In a literature example, it would be the author introduces the characters according to their social standing in the prologue. And in everyday English, you would say the author introduces the main hero in the very first chapter of the novel.
This phrase helps you maintain B2 level fluency without overcomplicating your sentences. I think it's time to understand Chaucer's original plan for the work.
Yes, the plot revolves around a storytelling competition. Each of the 30 pilgrims was supposed to tell 4 stories. 2 on the way to Canterbury and 2 on the way back.
If you do the math, that is 120 tales.
Right, but Chaucer never finished this project. He worked on it for years, but when he died, he had only completed 24 tales.
The work has no ending. There's the journey out, but no journey back. Keep that in mind when you discuss it. Now, let's finish up your mind map. On the right side of your page, draw the third branch and label it plan. Add original plan and the keywords 4 tales each, 120 tales planned. Beside original plan, jot down incomplete plan. And under this, add 24 completed. This visual contrast between the plan and the reality shows the examiner you understand the history of the text.
The phrase, the plot revolves around, is a brilliant expression for your exam toolkit. Use it to simplify complex stories. In a literature example, you could say the plot revolves around a storytelling competition on the road to Canterbury. And in everyday English, an example could be his whole life revolves around football. Use this useful expression when you need to summarize the plot of a work quickly. It gives you a clear starting point for any summary.
Now, look at your completed map. Think of how these 3 branches work together. The frame narrative creates the excuse for the tales told by the pilgrims. The social order provides the variety of voices. And the unfinished plot reminds us that this work wasn't just a collection of old stories in Chaucer's eyes. It's a snapshot of an entire society on the move.
When you're in your exam, use your mind map to remember what to say.
Use your ready-to-use phrases to remember how to say it.
And here's your final strategy tip. If you forget a specific word during the exam, don't stop. Just paraphrase. If you forget the word pilgrim, say the travellers. Keep your rhythm going. Now it's your turn. We have a challenge for you. Try to write just 1 sentence in the comments. Use the branch of the mind map with the tabard in and the expression, the story centres on.
Don't worry about being perfect. Just give it a go.
For the full analysis, the blank mind map and our phrase sheet, head over to literaturenoTrouble.com.
L&T, where literature meets clarity. Stay lit.